Just got here about an hour ago. It's coming in dark already, so I haven't got much time to get much filming done, really. Different peg this time. I've decided to go to the top end of the lake, although I've just been talking to Bailey from said I hasn't been doing it so much. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Temperatures today has been up about 10 or 11. Could be a good thing or a bad thing, because with the temperatures fluctuating so much, then you can put the fish off and put the fish on. And when you think of higher temperatures through the day and colder temperatures at night, we'll just probably put the fish off completely. But thought I'd give it a go. I'm only down for the one night. It's about 4 o'clock now. As you can see, the lake's, I'll show you which peg I'm in. Got a new camera, so figuring out how to use it. There we go, that's the lake there. You won't be able to see much of it at the moment. Looks everything looks good. I've got one over to the right over here. It's on a clear spot next to the weed, which you can't really see. It's tucked into the corner. That's where I've got my other rod just tucked into the corner. Another one just in open water. Lovely sunset tonight. A lot of people have been down at the weekend and nobody had anything. Yeah, the bailiff said there've been loads of bait going in, so I've tried to stop us putting as much in. I've only put like 2 spoms in over the middle rod, which is out over by that weed. It's not too cold today compared to last week. The rigs I'm using on all the rods, the right hand rods, I've got a stiff hinge rig on there. That's fishing over weed, so I thought it'd be better to use a stiff hinge rig. The middle rod's got just a standard Leadclip setup with a bottom bait, topped with a bait of fake corn. The same rig I showed in the Emptons video, but just a shorter version. And the left hand rod's got the snowman rig on. I'll show you in the video. Hello. I just wanted to show you my lead zipper setup, as I about in the earlier video. These are the bits and pieces that you need for actual lead clip I use. And rig tubing, I use the JK Angling one, but you can use whichever one you want. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, tungsten's better. It's obviously more expensive because it's made out of tungsten. Help it sink, but you could just do that by putting some globs of putty onto the actual rig tubing itself. That's the rig there. Like I say, I'm sure you've all seen it a million times before. And that's my normal snowman rig, long snowman rig. And what happens is on this leg clip, I've got a little pin leg clip. That means that there's a little pin in there what holds the swivel in, so the swivel can't come out. That way the fish feels the whole weight of that lead. And sometimes you'll find that when you get a violent take, it pulls out, the swivel pulls out of there and becomes a running rig. A lot of people like that kind of leg clip setup, but I'm not after that sort of presentation. I'm after basically hooking the fish straight away. I like to use a heavy lead. I mean, this one's only 2.5 because I was fishing in the edge, but most of the time I like to use about 3.5, 4 ounce. That just helps with the hooking. If you've got a big lead on, as soon as the carp picks up, you can't get rid of it. It hooks itself even more. So it's one of the best multi-purpose rigs there is. I mean, we find a lot of people won't even, 99% of the time, won't even use anything else because there's no need to. It's so versatile, there's so many different situations you can use it in, and so many different rigs that you can use it with. Whereas the helicopter rig's only suited to different types, and different styles, and different, like a few lake beds. This is suited to nearly everything. You can chuck it into the reed with PVA bags, and fish it on a gravel spot, fish it in the edge. I haven't found anywhere that it doesn't catch. It always catches fish. So like I say, it's been done to death. People have seen it loads of times before, so I'm not going to have it on about it too much. Like I said in the last video at Edmonton's, I like to use a long hook length if possible, especially when it's weedy. Like it is near, there's debris on the bottom, leaves. It helps it sink. And a lot of people's argument is that it doesn't, giving the fish that much to hang itself on means it's got more to get away with. Say it picks it up and it's got slack to get away with. But I don't think they do. I think when they pick it up, the first thought is to get rid of it. So it helps as well. It's great when you're fishing over boilies like I do the majority of the time. You're fishing over like light scattering of boilies, especially when you scat them around with the throwing stick. Fishing a long hook length amongst boilies that's 2-3 foot apart is better than fishing a short one right next to the lead. It looks a lot more natural in the water to them than fishing, say, that length would. Fine, if you're fishing over spod mix, tight particles, I'd fish a shorter hook length with a bit of maize or something, but the type of fishing I'm doing, I prefer long hook lengths, and it helps as well. You'll see when you bring them back that there's hardly any debris on it, whereas if you had a shorter one, you bring it back and it'd be covered in weeds, leaves, and that's not what you want when you're fishing this type of place. I hope that helps and gives you a little insight into what type of rigs you should be using. Now there's also, I'll just talk briefly about barbed and barbless hooks. Now I used to use barbed quite a lot, so I thought that was the best hook, because once they hooked, it's hard for them to get out. Which you think, obviously, because there's a barb in there, it's not going to come out as easily as a barbless. But in fact, from doing a lot of research, and there's a lot of stuff in magazines recently about it, barbless hooks have more chance of staying in than barbed hooks do, because it takes less for a barbed hook to go into a carp's mouth, less resistance, because there's no barb in the way, than barbless, which could just slip straight in, just like a needle. Imagine a barb on a needle, it wouldn't go in your skin as easily, so that's the thought on that one. And I prefer barbless anyway, because I've always caught fish on them. I very rarely lose fish on the barbless hooks. It's probably, if it's not the hook's fault if I lose one, it's probably my own if I'm trying to put too much into it, pull it out with a snag or stop it from going in the snag. It's probably like all my fault, that is their fault. So thanks for watching. Good morning. Well, nothing happened through the night, not even a liner. Don't really know what's going on. I don't think they're up this end of the lake. I think they're down the bottom end to the left. I saw one there yesterday and I wasn't sure if I should drop in that peg or not. I kept my eye out but never saw any again, so I thought it may have been Supreme or something like that. But I should have just gone off the hunch and gone in there instead. Because I haven't seen any of this in the lake or heard anything. I don't know if it's the rigs I'm using or not. I think I'm going to just have to start fishing like single hook baits with like a PVA stick. I've been putting a bit of bait in like in the throwing stick. Yesterday I put like 3-4 spawns out, which isn't much, but even the bailiff said that I think that's scaring the fish. Because there's a lot of it going in on the weekend, and then they're starting to move through the week, so maybe they're getting on the bait like after the weekend, like Monday and Tuesday time, they're getting on the bait people put in. And I'm coming along and putting more in, and the people are just scaring the fish even more than they were before. So I think I'm just going to fish sticks from now on, a few boilies around it, try that.